Hello everyone and welcome back to the shell scripting course. In this video we are going to be looking at variables. Now as you probably know, with any programming language or scripting language for that matter, variables are extremely important for the store of data that can then later be used to perform other functions, or can be used for output and various other functions. That being said, I've already created a variables.shell file right here, and it's saved on my desktop. Let me just show you that, and I'll be continuing with my default environment that I had in the first video, where I'm going to be using Sublime Text. Okay, so I have that opened up, and I've already initiated here the interpreter that I'm going to be using. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Now, the most important thing to understand first of all is, if you do not know what a variable is simply a storage location with a specific name. Alright, so essentially you're assigning a value, to a name, the name being the variable itself, and again the variable holds a certain value, and we'll talk about data types later, but for now let's just understand what's going on. Alright, so I've already created the shell script, so you can do that as well, and make sure to specify your interpreter. It's always good practice. So when we talk about variables, now of course if you've done any other programming language, it may seem like second nature, but with the bash it's really slightly different. So what if I wanted to create a simple variable, as you would, called name, and then I would specify the value of name to be something like my name, so I can say Alexis, right? Now the interesting thing about this is, when we talk about the syntax of the bash or the shell scripting, this is not considered good practice, in the sense that the variable name should always be in uppercase. Okay, now when I say this, of course people might be a bit confused, but let me explain. So we have the variable name, and then we have the value. Quite simple. Now the rules are, for a variable in shell scripting, is that you cannot have any spaces after the initialization of the variable name and the value. So that means no spaces after the before or after the equal sign. Okay, as you can see here, and the variable names have to be in uppercase. Now I'll get to the different rules in regards to giving variables names, but for now just remember those ones. So let's start off by creating a very simple variable, and again we'll stick to what I just used, and we'll say name is equal to Alexis. Alright, now the value can be whatever you want to specify. Remember, we're using a string here, so make sure to specify that. Now what can we do with this? Well, we can save this, and essentially this, if we run this, nothing really special will happen, as you probably would have guessed. So we now need to essentially find a way to use the variable or the value of the variable. And how do we do that? The easiest way is to print the variable out. So how do you print out the variable? Now this is something again that's slightly different from what you would expect in regards to using it with concatenation. Let me explain. So to use a variable, you need to insert a $sign before the variable name. Let me show you how this is done. So let's say we wanted to print out my name. Alright, so I would say echo, and I would specify the quotation marks, and then in here I would say my name is, and then I would specify the variable. With any other programming language, I would just specify the variable there, or I would use concatenation. I would use the plus, I would use the concatenation operators. But for this case, I have to specify a $sign and then the variable name. As you can see right here, the variable name in this case is name. And then once I essentially run this script, it will print out my name is, and then it will count this space right here, and then it'll understand that I'm specifying this variable, and it'll print that out in one command. Now to test this out, what I'm going to do is, for some reason my Sublime Text isn't responding. Hopefully that saves everything. Yeah, let me just save that up, and again I'm going to have to give it permissions. So let me just go into my desktop here, and what I'm going to do is we're just going to chmod +X, and we're going to modify the permissions for variables, and we are going to launch it. So variables.sh, and as you can see, my name is Alexis. Now again, these are really simple scripts, but understanding the basics is very important. In the next video, we'll be looking at creating our first, well, I would say quite advanced script, where I'll teach you the rest, and then you can then fill in the gaps, and I'll be explaining everything as we move along. Alright, so that is how to essentially print out a variable with its value, of course. Now let's look at something interesting when we talk about variables and how they can be used. The other way of displaying or printing out a variable is by using curly braces, and also the $sign is involved. Now, what am I talking about? Again, let's say we stick with the variable name right here, and let's say I wanted to print this out, but I wanted to concatenate it with a sentence. So let me create another variable. Okay, so let's say I create a variable called sport, right? And sport is equal to let's say I just call it foot. All right, now you'll understand what I mean in a second. So we said that the value of sport is equals to foot, and now I want to print out a statement that will utilize this variable, but I want to utilize it in conjunction with another word. How do I do this? Well, I can simply print out, so I can say the most popular sport is, and then I would specify the variable right here. Now, the reason we use curly braces, okay, let me print it out, and then I'll explain exactly what and why we are doing it. All right, so let me just correct that silly mistake there. So the most popular sport is, and then I declare the variable, but in this case, you're going to see what's different. So I say in here, and then I declare the variable name, so sport, and I close that up, and then I just end this with ball. Okay, now you can pretty much understand what's going on here. All right, I'm essentially printing out a statement here that is going to utilize this variable, but in conjunction with what follows after. Now, if I did it with the first method where I only use the $sign, that is going to be considered a specific piece of text that is to be printed separately from any other piece of text or data that you want to print out. Now let me explain what this is. So let's save this, and I'm just going to go back into my terminal here, and I'll launch that. And as you can see, it concatenated it perfectly. So instead of printing out foot, the value of the sport on its own, it conjoined it with the text or the data that followed after, and that is because we specified the curly braces. So you can see how important the curly braces are when it comes down to concatenating data together with other pieces of, or just simply making sense of the data if you are to print it out. Now we'll look at how this can be used in much more advanced types of scripts. And after this, we'll be looking at more practical approaches, but I wanted to explain the basics. Now, I also mentioned that I'm going to be talking about variable names. So let me talk about that for a second. All right, so variable names, what's the big deal about them? Well, in shell scripting, there are a few things that are slightly different. So, for example, the standard rules apply. A variable can have a letter, it can have letters, words, names, it can have numbers, underscores, whatever. But there are rules as to how a variable is supposed to be. So let me show you how the different combinations. So let's say I wanted to say, I wanted to create a variable, and I wanted to say this is, let's say, student. I can, make sure it is in uppercase. Again, that's something I cannot stress enough. So let's say student underscore 01 is going to be equal to John. All right, that's an example of a good variable. Let's see, the wrong way of doing it is to start the variable name with a number or a digit. That is completely wrong. And again, likewise for the underscore. Remember, it can contain all of these three components. It can contain letters, an underscore, and digits, but they have to be in a way that, again, the interpreter can understand, and this is the only way. The wrong way of doing this would be me saying 01, and as you can see, something weird has happened there. So 01 student is equal to, let's see, we can just say Alex, right? Something really simple like that. Now that is the wrong way of declaring a variable name. Now, of course, we'll get to see why and how this is when we look at the scripts that really do something. But that's what I really wanted to demonstrate when we talk about variables. So that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comment section, on my social networks, or on my website, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.